Does yours have a lounge? Does it lay down seat?
No.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Okay.
This is the flat.
All right, hopefully everyone can hear a little better. We've got more going on out there. We kind of wanted to cover the controls a little bit. Now I know some of you have had your tub for a little while and may understand. So if I go a little too quickly, let me know, just slow me down, and we'll go over that. But mostly we want to cover it for the freshwater side of things. So all of you should have received the salt system owner's manual, okay? And you've got your lights here and your control system here. That's going to give you some clues as to what's happening with this system.
Here, right here, too?
Yep. And if you have a hot spring or a Highlife series, your controls, this looks a little differently. You can see it there next to the top there. But same thing, it's going to give you some clues as to what's going on. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So there's this section here that talks about the status messages on the screen, and that's what you would see up here, okay? Or on the controls, there's here or here, and this will tell you what's happening.
One come up.
Then that's a good thing. Everything is going awesome.
Okay.
That is what we want. So be sure to check this when you see that come up, or by all means give us a call. Jesse, you know, the guys, everyone here is more than happy to help out. And then there's also another troubleshooting section where it talks about the lights that you can get. So you can see there's a green light here. Sometimes you can get a yellow light, which can indicate the salt level is off. It can indicate the temperature is down below 94 degrees, okay? It can indicate dirty filters or a low flow. So these are things that you'll want to check should you see a yellow light appear on it, okay?
And then on that, in the Highlife, it's a little bit different, right?
Mm-hmm. System status low. So there's red light. There's two red lights. One is red on the left and one is red on the right. So depending upon as you're facing it, if it's on the left or right, will determine what is happening. And it lists those in here, okay? So if it's on the left side, it generally indicates things are low. Your chlorine level may be too low. Your salt level may be too low. Your filters may need to be cleaned, and it may ask you to check the cartridge. So just know where this is at, keep it handy because it'll help you with what these messages mean. And most of the time it's as simple as testing the water, maybe raising the salt a little bit, or adding a little chlorine, yeah.
Does it tell you if your water's too low?
It won't say that, no.
How do you know if it's too low?
That is a great question.
The jets will fly everywhere.
That is a true statement. So if you're standing outside of the tub and you turn the jets on, you'll have water shooting from the jets and you'll get wet. Yeah,
this one for our showroom is actually kind of low. If I were to turn that one on back there, you would see it spray out of the water more than normal. Typically what I always recommend is just touching the pillows is where I usually put ours. So it's kind of a good indicator, but the biggest thing is just having a little bit of water over that top jet. Because I mean, your biggest issue that you're going to run into, like you said, is that those powerful jets, you're going to spray across the room if they're out exposed. So
if you're sitting in the tub and the water level's too low, it'll surge. So the jets will, and then they'll stop. And then they'll go again, and then they'll stop. You'll have a surging sensation, and that indicates it's not getting enough water. So either your water level's too low, or the door in front here is stuck, or something like that, okay? Has anybody had to change their cartridge yet?
Yeah.
Okay, pretty easy, pretty simple. It kind of goes through, I don't know if everybody's going to be able to see here. On this particular system, when you push your options, it gives you an option for the salt system, and you would push the soft button here, and it pulls up your salt system. It has a little chart where you've got red, yellow, and green telling you where your salt levels are. And we of course want to be in the green area. The middle is perfect. If we start getting on the high side, that may mean that, which is fine, but once we start edging towards red, it's indicating our salt may be getting a little too high. We may need to empty some of the water out, or if it's time to drain and refill, we might consider doing that. But once we're in this system, we're able to test it, make sure everything's operating correctly. We are able to confirm the level that we have the salt system at. And we're able to turn the boost on. We talked about boost. And then we are able to replace the cartridge. And by pushing this replace cartridge, it's going to walk you through some steps on exactly how to do that. And it's pretty simple. But the biggest thing of note is to remember to just do it at the timing that it says. If you were to go in right now and pull this off and take the cartridge out, everything is still operating, and we've had people drain a third of their tub out because they've walked away leaving that open. It will drain some water out of the tub. So it's important to follow these instructions and do it exactly how they say, or you might cause a little more work for yourself, and we don't want you to do that. Any questions on the controls? Does everybody understand how these work? And some people have these.
So if you have to do the summertime mode, is it gonna tell you that it's too hot? Or is that something we just have to?
Well, what you'll know is you may have it set at 100. We always recommend before you get in the tub, just stick your hand in first, okay? Because it's showing you the setting that, and let me, so you also have your ready light on here, okay? So if it's more than a couple degrees higher or lower than your temperature, that light goes out. And it tells you that it is not at the temperature that you have it set at, okay? So that's a big clue. As you're walking up and your green light isn't on or it is flashing, that's indicating that something is wrong, okay? But always stick your hand in, make sure it's not too hot or too cold before you jump in full force and get a really good shock. But yes, you will be able to tell that it is overheating. And then you can set it on the summer timer mode if you need to. Everyone good there? Okay. Jets. So you can control how strong or soft the jets are at the air controls on top, right? And also at the jet itself. On many of them, you can turn them one way or the other to turn the strength, turn the air on or off, which makes them stronger or softer. Any questions on the jets? We have the diverters up here, which determine which jets are working. Hi there.
Hey.
I want to open up to questions.
I have one.
Yes.
You said that when you're putting some of those chemicals in, that you want the pump to be running.
Yes.
Is that those little ones right there? These things right here?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's
that's
the
a great
pump?
question. Your pump is the jets. So when you turn your jets on, you're running the pump.
Oh, I thought.
These just control on some of the jets how strong or soft they are. And that's a really good point. With some of the product, especially when you're adjusting pH, we're going to recommend that you have the air turned all the way down. Okay? So you may have to turn your face.
That's what this is for.
Yep. Or
So you don't want the jets really high and going when you're adding chemicals, you're saying?
Generally, no. You'll just want your,
Just that moving the
Yeah.
water without
just put
blowing
your
through the
10-minute
machine.
cycle on, and that's usually just
I
fine.
know that. In the cleanse cycle, should
It's
we do?
usually low enough. If you're specifically told to have it have no air, then that is when you'll want to turn it down.
So these are only for air?
Yes.
This doesn't turn the pump on, that, the low setting is the pump.
Correct.
What these diverters, the large diverter diverts power from the pump. So it's gonna divert it from one side of the spa to the other. Your small diverters divert air, just air, for that seat. So actually, hit that second stage. So if you watch, when this seat comes on, you'll see how there's no air? Now there's air. But it is power, because the more air in the jets, the more power that it is going to blow out. So if I shut that air off, it's shutting the air off of that seat. Yep. And it just, I mean, Highlife series is a little bit different than the Limelight series, because the Highlife series, the more air you put in that motor massage, the faster the motor massage will go. So these divert power per seat. The big diverter diverts power from one side of the spa to the other side of the spa. So yes, if you hit the jets and try to move power on that, it's just going to be shutting that one seat off. So, but that's a great question.
I thought the low set of the jets was still having the jets on.
So once again, like if I hit jets, that's the low setting. That's your circulation setting. So I can still move power from that diverter over there, once again, like this. So, no air.
So you
Pump's,
don't want
pump's
the
still running.
air.
Pump's still running. Well, that's personal preference.
Well,
So if you don't
know,
like the air,
I'm talking about when the
Oh.
chemicals, but
So-
it says,
pH,
put it
pH,
in
yes.
with the power, with the motor,
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Like this mode right here is a perfect circulation mode.
Okay.
I can throw chlorine in this, it's gonna circulate it. I can throw pH decreaser in this, it will still mix, but it won't bring the pH back up because the air is not in the water. So if you're going to throw product in, like Lonna said, this is the optimal
Thank
setting.
you.
First stage, no air. The instant you turn the air on, it will bring the pH back up. So.
Okay.
So do you have, by chance, a monthly service that goes out and just check, like your filters, your cartridges,
We,
your,
We do, but it's based on availability of staff because
Just call Bo.
we do. We actually have a person that will come out and do a drain and detail. But as far as like a weekly and a bi-weekly, we are working out pricing because it really is based by zones in the area. We service clear to Sun Valley. Obviously, the trip to Sun Valley and taking care of your spa is quite a bit more than it is in Kimberly. So we're working on that menu, if you will, right now.
So if you have like so many clients in the Burley area, then you're trying to take them all the same day.
That's
And
exactly
so
right.
then maybe the price wouldn't be as high as if they're making
Exactly.
a trip just that
Well, and
year.
some people just like maybe a drain and detail every 4 months. We'll come out, we'll drain the whole spa, we'll detail it, we'll clean it, we'll check the
Okay.
cover, we'll check the
What
filters.
does something like that run,
A
price-wise?
drain and detail, usually based on the size of the spa, can run anywhere from $125 to $200, just depending on how much is involved and how big the spa is itself. So,
Okay.
but yeah, we can definitely give you a quote for it and then set it up. We're working with a couple of customers right now that just like it every 6 months. Come out, drain and detail the spa, fill it with fresh water, get all your water care started back up with your water chemicals that you have, and then in that moment we could literally, the guys usually have what you need on their vans, and we could re-up your water care and get it in your cupboard or your cubby and get you all squared away for the next 6 months. So, yeah. But that's just, we just arrange that through the service
So
department.
around 200, it would have one of these.
Yeah, pretty close. I mean, 7x7 spa would be roughly around that. So, I mean, because it just takes one guy, and then if they are in the area, they just swing by and do 2 or 3 in a day, and come back to twins. So.
Okay. Perfect.
But yeah, we're working on an actual menu that we would have posted in the store that you can select from, like a quarterly. We're not capable with the manpower that we have right now to do like a bi-weekly. It's just there's not enough people in our staff to get out and do that, but we're working on a quarterly right now, which we definitely have several people signed up for. Because some people like to drain and detail every 3 months. And if they want to do that, we definitely, like Lonna is our customer service manager in Boise, and we discount it the more often that you do it. So, but yeah, we can set it up for you.
Thank you both.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything here? Okay, then we'll move on. Put this